All right. What's up, YouTube and
Hey.
Facebook if you're out there watching?
Mhm.
Deviant Outcast and Kelly and Seth and Ryan. I see you guys in chat. What we got? Another one there. Who did I miss? Theoretically,
Diva.
how's it
Yep.
going, guys? So we're back with another episode of Politicality. Lil and I today are your wonderful hosts. If you
Aren't
didn't
we
notice,
always?
Lil is not wearing glasses. Uh, I love just trolling you, like and like only
It
you and
was
I
a
get it.
special request to, so I had to give in to that one. Oh,
I'm
thank
just
you,
playing.
Kelly. Awesome. Kelly just gave us 10 memberships.
Oh, it didn't show up yet. All right, hold on. Here we go. 10 memberships. It looked like the goddamn Bear 666, awesome name. Azula Spencer, David 85, Dealing with Dylan, Prophecy, TC Atheist, Archie Fox, Godless Granny, Weston Campbell, and Barb North 8244. It'd help if I could read. All got memberships. Welcome, guys. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Kelly.
Kelly, for doing that. And I hope that you guys enjoy your memberships where I do random membership streams where I cuss and behave badly. Or
There are
normal streams where I
shenanigans.
do that. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's, I love my member streams because it's more open. We can talk about anything at all. It doesn't have to be religion or political or anything, but it often relates to these things because this isn't just like a show that I do. Like, this is me. This is real me, the stuff I want to talk about. Like, so yeah. Anyway, uh, Lil and Seth just had an awesome show. Candle in the Chaos, followed by
Yes.
a live stream where I trolled the shit out of them. And
Yes, you did. You were a trooper, man.
yeah,
The late one.
if you're gonna do it, be dedicated. Uh, I have
Yes.
put links to both of your channels in chat for anybody that wants to go over there and subscribe. But we had
Oh,
an
it's
awesome time
faster.
talking with Seth, right? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
not just because he's your lover boy, but because like it was an awesome conversation. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it
always
was.
taking
I
jabs.
I I suggest that we have him on every so often. Because especially considering the intersection of Christian nationalism and politics right now is just insane. As we will soon see.
No, I'm with you on that. I think that we should have Seth as a recurring guest, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because the two things are so related, and you are involved with both of them. So I think that it not only covers the topic, but it helps promote you guys who are
Mm.
giving a lot of the same message in another place, only with some of Seth's background in Christian militia cults and uh, all that. So I think that if you didn't see it at all, it's awesome. Also, Lil has been a busy, busy bee, and
Not
was
that
on.
much.
You were on Neil's show last night.
Yeah, I was on Neil's, but that's just one extra one.
On to the other 10. Come on now, don't be bashful. Um, yeah, now I understand how exhausting and how much goes into even going and joining one other stream, and you do
Hmm.
several a day sometimes, and 3 or 4
Yeah.
anyway. But
Friday was insane because I was on Embers. Me and Seth were editing the video. We premiered the video. Then I was on Dr. Ben's trivia, and then we did Apostate Assembly.
yeah,
So it was a little
and
crazy.
I put a link to Ember's channel there in chat also.
Mm.
Um, the and also you can plug the thing if you want while I post the Ember has the flags. This should be
Yeah.
working now.
Wait, like what thing?
The
You have to
flags.
be specific then. Oh yes, Ember has these totally amazing pride flags that are all the stripes on them are all space pictures. It's taken off of there was one done. I want to say it was in 2024 that someone had done it, and of course with this regime they took it down. So Ember took it and improved it, and they are available at astralpride.com. And if you use the promo code LIL, you can get $1 off stickers. And
Cool.
they're amazing. They're really, really cool.
Okay, so for whatever reason that didn't work again. So I am actively fixing this right now on the spot because I don't know why I keep posting that and it doesn't work. I know that I added it,
Mm-hmm.
but we will go and see what the problem is here. Everyone can use it. It doesn't have to be a moderator. Speaking of moderators, I need a couple more moderators. My moderator's been dropping like flies over the last year.
You can make Seth a moderator.
I could. Well, so
Do you trust
so
him though?
no, I trust Seth completely to moderate. I would trust Seth to have access to my channel completely. I trust Seth a lot. It's not that. I just want. I'm trying to put people in place who want to be moderators, right? Like who want to actually do the moderating thing,
Mm-hmm.
because often I have to have conversations with them. I have a special place in Discord where only my moderators can see and stuff, and so
Mm-hmm.
um, I, early on in my channel, I did what everybody does and just made all my friends moderators, and everybody was in blue, and like it,
Yeah.
and eventually I learned, as the channel grew and stuff, that I had to kind of update my approach to moderation,
Yeah.
and so people like Aunt Jur and Titan Uranus and some others though. Really are doing a lot of work in the background. And for those who want to be a moderator, but I feel like that it's not that I expect anything out of them. I just want them to want to do it. That's it. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to. There's no like requirements or anything. Just want to do
Yeah.
it. So give me just a second here. You can talk about and plug whatever you want real quick while I'm putting this link in.
Okay, yeah, Java and Jugs on Monday, which is at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I know it's a little bit early, but that's tomorrow. Ember's doing a lot of really cool stuff this week. She's doing like a horror themed week, which will be a lot of fun. Uh, I'm pretty sure we're doing Apostate Assembly on Friday night after Ben's stream. We will see. We probably, maybe. And Politicality on Thursday.
Right on.
So, yeah. Yeah, there's just,
Politicality has been killing it.
yeah. Yeah, this is so much fun. It's just, yeah, this is what I've been wanting to do for years and finally got the opportunity to. So, here I am.
So the link that I've put in is it uses the promo code, my promo code, but you can obviously use Lil's. I think they do different things.
Mm-hmm.
This code is for the OG flag, but full size one, so you have something different from Lil.
Yeah.
So yeah, and let me get shit. Sorry that I'm not prepared as usual. Uh, I'm trying to get a screen snip of it that I can just add permanently to this. That way we can show it and take it away when we want. Um, So yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I took part in a stream over on Godless Granny's channel
Mm-hmm.
um, to support a member of the community that is dying. And Jenny Morgan, many of you know, was diagnosed with cancer, and the prognosis was a few months without treatment and a few more months with. And, as she's going through that, she had contacted several creators, including myself, talking about, hey, let's make some content about this, and let's talk about it, and how we deal with death and think about it and all that stuff. And um, obviously it's a hard subject to talk to with face to face with your friend that's dying and upset about it. But definitely go check that out over on Godless Granny's channel. It was a tough stream to get through. I cried through most of it, to be honest. And
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was a really good way to talk to Jenny and about what's going on and stuff. And so definitely go show that. Go show some support over there for that. Now, I want to, just because it was brought up by somebody. I'm not going to use any names, but I was asked why this wasn't posted everywhere, and everybody didn't know about this coming up and everything. I was just really iffy about how to approach it. I didn't want to. First of all, I didn't want to put out a bunch of information about Jenny and what's going on, um,
Mm-hmm.
because it's her thing to talk about, and so yeah, Tori, I'll add you as a moderator. Um, I so I didn't. There wasn't a lot in the lead up to this. We will have another one of these next month. So if you want to come support Jenny, there's going to be a GoFundMe and stuff. As of right now, um, her family can't afford to pay for the funeral, so there will be a GoFundMe and stuff. I don't have all of that yet to give you links and things, but again, just something I took part in yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
wanted to share with you guys. And if you didn't know, let you know what's going on. But um, there were Mage, Grey Wolf, and Purple Rhymes with Orange, and the Sinister Porpoise and Godless Granny were all on that panel, along with Jenny and I, of course. And all of those people have spent a lot more time with Jenny than I, but Jenny and I just became very close quickly, and she was a part of my Christmas stream a couple years ago, twice in a row actually. She showed up and just hung out with us on Christmas. And Jenny and I have had some great conversations. She said to me that she never thought she would be friends with somebody from Kentucky, and that I'm just not like what she pictured somebody from Kentucky being like. And it was really a tough stream to get through. But I love Jenny, and I want to do nothing but celebrate her. So go support that stuff, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna talk about some death that's going on, but in a different capacity. So, we haven't covered a whole lot of the war in Iran here. Like when it happened, we talked about
Mm-hmm.
it's happening and this and that, but we didn't really get into it because there wasn't really a lot to
Yeah.
say other than we're bombing the shit out of them. They're bombing other things. Israel's doing its
Mm-hmm.
genocide thing that it always does, and um, America
Mm-hmm.
is now the bad guy on a world stage.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and don't get me wrong, the regime in Iran, some of the most
Yeah.
awful people to walk the face of this earth. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a theocracy. It's not. It's different. Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
Israel and the United States want to pass across this message. If we destroy their advanced weaponry, then there's nothing they can do. And I think we know with this particular extremist religion that they don't, if they have to, they'll strap bombs to themselves and swim out in the water and blow shit up. Like they will do that. They will fight until the last one of them is there. And Iran is known for its resilience and just keep on fighting and
Mm-hmm.
be as brutal and everything as possible. And the United States, Trump and Netanyahu have gotten us into another forever war. And
Mm-hmm. I mean, the major problem with this one, okay, and let me be clear, I always opposed the Iraq War. The only thing that's the difference there is at least they tried to have a reason on why we need to invade Iraq, because they said, weapons of mass destruction, terrorism, that's why we're going. Here, there is no fucking reason they've given. They keep giving reason. And like one thing that happened this week, and I might have mentioned it. I don't remember if it happened or not on the Thursday show, but one thing Trump has said over and over is like, "Oh, they're a threat to America. They're a threat to America." Fucking Caroline Levitt came out on, I guess it was a True Social post or something, and said Iran is not a threat to the homeland and has never been, just completely undermining them. So it's like there is no reason. The only reason we did is because Israel wanted us to.
right,
And the reasons for that, of why we did it anyway, despite the fact that it is unbelievably unpopular. Even among MAGA it's unpopular. That is the inclusive pride flag, which I absolutely love. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Sorry to
Mm.
be doing that while you're talking. I was just
Oh no, you're good. There's a whole bunch of them. There's the uh traditional rainbow pride flag. There's ones for lesbians, gays, bis, trans, of course, intersex. There's asexual and aromantic and pan, and I know I'm forgetting one.
yeah.
Yeah, my memory is kind of crap, but
So go ahead with your thought, and then I'll talk about the flag again for a second. Okay.
I was done.
Okay. Good. Shut the hell up then. Uh,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just
in that
joking,
case.
Will. I'm just joking, Will. I love you to death. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, Ember designed these flags, and they are super awesome. I love the space stuff in it. Of course, uh, I am, a big fan and supporter of people uh, being able to be themselves and normalizing that whole thing, whether you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community
Hmm.
or anything you want to be. I think I consider myself a humanist, and obviously there's some parts that
Hmm.
I could work on some and be better at, but I really do um, think the normalization of people just being themselves is something that has to happen, not needs to happen. And this has roots in Christianity, of course,
Hmm.
where you're supposed to suppress sexual desires and all that stuff. Like, um, and so they try to equivocate, being part of the
Hmm.
LGBTQ community with sexual activity things, and it's silly. Look, if you're out there and you can safely be yourself, I 100 support you being yourself in whatever way that
Hmm.
is. And Ember is doing things to try and support that community and making cool stuff like this. I'm a big fan of space too, by the way.
Space is awesome.
Yeah, I'm big time into astrophysics and cosmology in general, and so I just love the things put together here. and the link is in the description for my promo code for this. But you can also use promo code Lil to get a different different thing. So go use both now. Leave leave this stream. No, open a
Go
tab.
after the stream.
Be better at computers and open a tab. But yeah, definitely love what Ember's doing there, and there's a picture of it. Sorry, the quality of that one kind of sucks. They actually look way better than that, but that was just real quick. I will get a better looking picture for next time. All right. So back to the other thing. I just wanted to, here for two shows. I've been like, oh yeah, the flag thing, and then I put it up, and it doesn't. Does never work. So I went and activated the thing, and it works. So, but yeah, we got it up there. And I put Ember's link in the chat too. You may have to scroll up a little bit, or Ember can of course tag herself. For those of you that visit the channel, whenever you come and you're on this show, you get your own tag in the chat bot, right? That way I can post your stuff without having to have a mod do it. They can keep an eye on assholes and not literal ones, but they can do what they're doing, and I can take care of putting people's links and stuff in the chat pretty easily. So, but what I do, guys, is I leave that active, and then anytime you're here, I don't mind self-promotion in my chat. I will say this, though. Please do not drop links to other streams that are going on at the same time as this one. Like, please don't do that. Don't come here and say, oh, hey, so-and-so is streaming right now, and put a link to their channel. Obviously, you have to be a mod to do that. But either way, like, just don't do that. Like, don't try and actively take people away from the stream. I don't care if you promote your stuff or your products or any of that stuff. Like, I'm super cool about that stuff. Just don't try to, don't be a dick. So off topic today. Can we go on a couple more tangents, please?
Hey, people come here for the tangents. To steal a line from Ember.
They better, because they're getting it either way. So why don't we switch over, take a look at the clip. Okay.
I was about to click on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Like, maybe we need to figure out, like, hey, I'm going to do the clicking on things, and what it, like, maybe we should work something out.
Okay, fine. You can do the clicking.
I'm just used to doing it. Is why I do it. Like, I'm used. Like, to me, this is just, I go and put a show on my channel again, and I forget that it goes out to multiple channels, and that there's people over on Lil's channel. Hi, Lil's channel, watching the show and all that stuff. And that you stream from EVMux too. We share it, and you send stuff out, and I send stuff out, and so yeah, we both get a little clicky. But I will let you play it, okay? In case there's, I don't know if you want to let it all play, or if you have something.
No, it's 23 seconds. Just let it play.
Okay, play it.
I thought you were going. Damn it!
Yeah, I know. I made it confusing. Sorry.
With every passing hour, we know, and we know they know, that the military capabilities of their evil regime are crumbling. They can barely communicate, let alone coordinate. They're confused, and we know it. Our response? We will keep pressing. We will keep pushing, keep advancing. No quarter, no mercy for our enemies.
Okay. Do you want to point out the highly illegal thing there?
Yeah, no quarter. That is illegal.
Yeah.
It's against the international laws of war. No, you. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, no quarter means that you're basically killing everybody that's a quote unquote enemy combatant. It doesn't matter if they're wounded, stranded. So if there's an enemy combatant and you
It's take
shoot
no
them,
prisoners is what the line. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and you shoot them and they are wounded, you actually have a responsibility to offer medical aid, and you can take them as prisoner, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's highly illegal. That is
Yeah.
war crimes. So now our government, which granted our government has always committed war crimes, but now they're just openly admitting it.
So the rules of engagement that the military operates under
Mm-hmm.
are usually, it's not that we fight to the death, no mercy. That's not what we operate under. It's that
Mm-hmm.
we fight until the threat is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that particular action, not a big
Mm-hmm.
wide sweeping generalization of what you think is a threat, so I get to kill everybody. Like, that's not like the immediate threat,
Yeah.
military threat is what we are there to eliminate. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean kill everybody, although often that is
Yeah.
the outcome. Once you have attacked the enemy or defended, and the enemy has been incapacitated in some way,
Yeah.
whether it's they're just not fighting anymore, it's over. We don't then just go and kill everybody. And the Trump administration has tried to like normalize that with the whole boats and stuff. Like, oh, we're
Mm-hmm.
just killing everybody. That's highly illegal in both
Yeah.
United States law and international law.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, this is one of those things that, like, the Hexa, at the bare minimum, Hegseth and Trump need to be charged with war crimes. And basically, if they go to a country that the um, International Court is active in, they need to be arrested, like, immediately.
Yeah. So,
International
Angel,
Criminal Court.
you are correct, actually, here. I thought no quarter meant that we don't have to house government
That,
employees in our personal homes. It's the same
yeah,
thing. When they
yeah.
say quarter, it means take prisoner and like put up, like you're keeping them somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're providing them, whether it's a cell or whatever,
Yeah.
a place to sleep, essentially.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's two meanings to it. Yeah, it means
right.
like so like the reason is because like in the Revolutionary War,
Yeah.
British troops would basically take over someone's house, and the person who owned the house would have to provide everything for the troops or the officers that were there. That pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Um, in the war instance, it's basically you're taking people who are incapacitated and just still eliminating them. And that includes people who are wounded. It also includes people who surrender.
Yeah, they can't just come and take over your home and make it a barracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't the you do you I mean, you can allow troops into your home or whatever, but they can't just come and take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means as far as constitutional law. Um, it's probably kind of a bit of a misnomer the way that it's like provide no quarter, but there's a line that was said historically that this refers back to, and that's where that's rooted at.
Mm-hmm.
And provide no quarter means just don't, you're not going to put them up in a safe space, like
Yeah.
you kill them is what they're saying. And
Yeah.
that is not part of the rules of engagement for the United States. In fact, it's in the
It's
general
in
orders.
international. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
international law too.
So, military personnel have a list of general orders that have to do with uniform and all kinds of different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the idea of provide no quarter is against those rules as well. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
but here recently, and the title of this video where it says Christian approved,
Yeah.
is the reason that's there is because here recently we've seen Pete Hegseth embracing and promoting the ideals of people like Doug Wilson very
Yeah.
publicly in organized events. And so the Christian nationalist movement in the United States is jumping through any hoop they can to support
Mm-hmm.
this war in Iran. And it is a war. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, make no bones about like Pete Hegseth is a straight up Christian nationalist.
Yeah,
So, so according to him, he's one of the only true Christians because only Christian nationalists and their specific brand of Christian nationalists are the only true Christians.
yeah. Ember says quarter means shelter in both contexts. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I probably should
Yeah.
have just used that word. I don't know why I made it more difficult. That's kind of what I do here. And but yeah, so
Yes, Doug Wilson is Hegseth's pastor.
yes, yes.
And
Doug,
this is the same guy that thinks women shouldn't have the right to vote, that women should not be in the public square at all. Like women need to stay home, and the whole old line about saying barefoot and pregnant.
yeah,
That's essentially what he thinks, and he thinks that if you cannot produce children, you are worthless.
yeah.
I would
Women,
like to see him try to tell me that to my face.
yeah.
See
He
what happens.
Doug Wilson is very big on promoting that women should be submissive to men, and that they are not to be part of any leadership role whatsoever, whether it be in the church or anything else. In fact, we played a couple weeks ago a clip of him saying, "Women are the kind of people that people come out of,"
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, like something completely stupid, and he thinks that that's their only purpose is to
Yeah.
deliver babies, and
And
be housewives
mm-hmm. Yeah,
in
exactly.
the
And
tradwife sense. Sorry.
yeah. And of course, like there's no reason to listen to women about anything. However, my shirt says otherwise.
Because I'm Lilith, that's why. Can you buy
Mm-hmm.
those?
Yes. Not from my store, but my son got it for me.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like,
You
"You're always right." I'm like,
it,
"Well,
if you have any design that you want, we'll put it on a shirt and put it. I don't. I the, and I don't
I've
profit from the shirts. I put them up at cost. Like they're not.
yeah,
I just sell them for people that want them.
I've been meaning to get a store up and running. I just haven't done that yet. I was going to do it yesterday, but yeah, I
I
couldn't get to it yesterday.
I encourage you to use Fourth Wall. That's what I use, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's what
Ember
I was
uses
going to
that
use.
too. Yeah, several
Mm-hmm.
people do, but Fourth Wall is really good because it lets you do a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
The wind outside has blown my door open. I can hear it swinging back and
It's
forth.
windy as hell here too.
Yeah, if you're in the area that some of these storms are coming through, make sure you have a safe place to go this evening.
And I'm several states away from you.
Yeah, we've got a really bad system moving through here tonight, and it'll be
Mm-hmm.
on more on the East Coast tomorrow. But
Yeah, it
expected
hit.
to produce several tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah,
supposed to get storms later this afternoon, like
yeah,
4 or so.
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to spring in Tornado Alley.
I'm not in Tornado Alley, and we have our weather alert says that this system may produce several strong tornadoes, which is different. That's not common here in the
Mm-mm.
Ohio River Valley where I'm at.
When I lived in Indiana, so get this, they don't get a ton of tornadoes. They're kind of like on the edge of Tornado Alley. They hadn't had a tornado in the city that I lived in for like 14 years. In the 3 years I lived there, they had 2.
Oh
I
wow!
think I'm bad luck.
So we had a tornado touchdown, an F1 touchdown here a
Mm-hmm.
couple years ago, which an F1, don't get me wrong, it's damaging winds and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
not the
It might tear
usual
up your roof.
idea. Yeah. It did some damaged a lot of things.
Yeah.
Red Cross came in and or FEMA rather came in and
Mm-hmm.
wrote checks to a lot of people. It was declared a
Holy
disaster
shit,
and
FEMA
all
wrote
that.
checks?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, not
Mm,
recently.
yeah.
The but yeah, so we have some of that stuff, but like I've lived here my whole life, and that's only like the second time a tornado's touched down in like this general area. Now, right down the road, going towards central Kentucky, Louisville, that area, they've had some crazy tornadoes, and it's been big news and stuff where it's destroyed whole towns and stuff in Kentucky. But not so bad here because I'm right in, like I'm down in the Ohio River Valley, and tornadoes don't do well in valleys. So
that is a myth.
yeah,
They
no,
actually do.
it's
No.
not.
Yeah, it is. I can prove it.
It's a myth that we don't have tornadoes, but it's not a myth that it's not conducive for tornadoes.
It
So
depends. It takes a little bit more oomph with the weather to get it there, but like, yeah, it's not at all impossible.
oh no, that was the point I was trying to make, is we do have
Okay.
tornadoes, just not very common.
Hmm.
The that where because the Ohio River Valley's deep, and so
Hmm.
it funnels weather. Like even a normal storm system that's coming through here, the Ohio River changes where that system goes because it funnels all the weather down the river valley. And then we also have like our highways are cut down the middle of mountains and stuff. So you have these corridors that the weather will funnel through. And so it changes the weather activity a bit. Doesn't prevent it from happening in any way. That's not what I'm saying. It's just a
Okay.
tornado that forms in a valley will kind of bounce around in the valley, and it'll do a hell of a lot of damage where it's at, but they're not really known for covering huge
Yeah.
swaths of land. That's what
About
I mean.
7, 8 years ago, I think it was, there was a EF4 that started south of me quite a bit. It got within 10 miles of my house, and it was headed directly for my neighborhood. And a couple years ago, we had an EF3 that was coming from another direction that stopped about 5 miles from my house.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah,
Uh,
Texas. I mean, I live in North Texas. What do you expect?
yeah,
Tornado
yeah,
Alley.
yeah. You guys have some what I would say is more extreme weather than we do here.
Hmm.
Although we have like big ice storms and stuff like that. You guys do that too, though, really. So
Yeah, yeah. We've had a couple over the past several years. The one in 2021 was just horrific because it was freezing all the way down to it was freezing all the way down to Houston and even lower than that, which they don't get temperatures that low very often. It's really rare. At least here, we usually get we usually get snow a couple times a year, and we usually get an ice storm maybe twice a year. So it's like we're not necessarily a stranger to it, but we just don't get it very often either.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey, Dade.
Is Dade Murphy here?
Yes.
Dade's awesome. Sorry, I was making Tori a moderator. The I want to show this comment. Where did it go? What's up? I'll put Dade's comment up since it's there. Hey, Dade, good to see you as always.
Hmm.
And let's see here.
The
Ember's
Lion
going
King.
to get her son later, fam. Bye, Ember. Thanks so much for
Bye,
being
Ember.
here. I just got my Flying Monkey shirt the other day. It's been washed and it's in the dryer now. Will be hung up and put in rotation today. Lil got a Flying Monkey shirt too.
Yes, I
Um,
did. I wore it last
yeah,
night.
and you guys can check those out. The links down in the description if you
Mm-hmm.
want.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Flying Monkey shirt. Now Tori got the one
I,
that has the Kentucky Atheist thing on the arm as well,
mm-hmm.
which
Oh, I should have got that one.
I made it both ways, you know. So to each their own. But hers is blue, and I like it on blue. It looks good. But if you're interested in that, go get you one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want
Also,
to
I
see
do
what the
have.
monkey, oh sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, I do have to say for Dade, the Lion King video had me cracking up for like 3 minutes. It was fantastic. I've seen that original video, but it just, it's so good. His shorts are awesome.
Yeah, Dade is one of a kind and has a particular
Oh, yeah.
I don't attitude, I guess.
Je ne sais quoi?
Yeah, yeah, Dadeness. What Riz. I don't know what you would call it. Dade is a swag motherfucker and a charismatic feller.
And tell me
And
you do not
yeah,
feel the need to be on point with your grammar.
yeah, not me.
every
That's not what we do
every time
here.
every time I post a comment, I'm like having to triple check it to make sure that the grammar's correct.
Aunt Jura gets it. Vob. Uh,
There we go.
yeah,
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 it's a
yeah.
vibe.
Because it's all those things, right? It's yeah, Vob.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah. So yeah, and if you want to see what the thing on the shirt looks like, buy you a 99-cent membership down there, and you'll get access to the emojis. And it's the flying monkey emoji that we use on the channel. So that's what's on the shirt.
There you go. I just put it in chat.
And if you think that if you think that me putting a flying monkey on a t-shirt is in some way mocking or making fun of sexual assault or assault of any kind, then you're who that's about, because it's making fun of you. uh, it's making fun of the people that want to go around calling everyone flying monkeys, simply because we called bullshit on your bullshit. So there you go. It is a bit of a controversial item. So
Hmm.
and by all means, like you want, support what you want, and whatever. Just don't bring your stupid shit here and expect it to go unrecognized. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for a comment. Okay. Um, Theo says, "What is the consensus among Dems about the war? I bet Chuck Schumer and the massive Zionist puppet is pro-war. As of right now, they're pretty much all against it. The only one who is actively just like, yes, this is a good thing, is fucking Fetterman, of
yeah.
course."
So I was actually I was looking for that comment to put it up. So
Hmm.
um,
Yeah. At least publicly, they're all like, this is not, because like, obviously they're all saying like this is not good because it's a war of choice. It is not something we had to do. If we had a legitimate reason for it, I still would be absolutely against it, but that, like, there is no legitimate reason for it. But I mean, they didn't attack us. They weren't going to attack us. They were not a threat to us in any way.
yeah,
So,
um, yeah. Iran has funded several terrorist organizations, and um,
mhm.
there. I mean, there's no
They're
good
in
way
other
to.
countries, though. They're not
Yeah.
here.
Oh, right, right. No, and that's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying, like, that Iran does a lot of bad things. Like
Hmm.
there's a lot of problematic behavior with Iran, but whenever the point being that Netanyahu and Trump and many others have put forward this idea that Iran's developing a nuclear weapon and it's imminent that they're going to have one and use it to attack Israel or somebody else in the Middle East. I mean, I think Israel's generally what they're always saying. But
Hmm.
Iran has never shown that it is imminently developing a nuclear weapon. Like, that's not a thing. But
Hmm.
even whenever the Trump administration, Donald Trump, first started doing negotiations with Iran, it was Iran agreed almost immediately. Hey, we'll
Hmm.
stop, enriching uranium past a certain
Hmm.
point, and we will not develop a nuclear weapon, which is what Trump said he wanted. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, he is still peddling this dumbass lie that the Iran deal that Obama did would have allowed them to get a weapon after 10 years. I have heard so many people try and be like, well, that was the case, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't. What it said is that in 10 years, they can they could either renegotiate it or renew it or something. Basically, there was a 10-year let's review this clause in it. It did not mean that the deal would end. Iran enthusiastically was like, yes, we will do this. Trump canceled it, which basically gave Iran free reign to do essentially whatever the hell they wanted.
Right.
And for the record, as I've said before, they do not have nukes. They don't.
Right. So whenever everyone was outraged about Trump pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal years ago in his first administration, this is why, because it literally is the catalyst for a war now. Had he not pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal, there would be no war at the moment, right? Like, I mean, they may still find a reason to do it. I mean, but it would be even more obvious that they were bullshitting everybody about their reasoning. And they flip flopped on what the reason is and what the goal is, and all of those things at least a dozen times so far, while committing war crimes all along the way, such as bombing elementary schools and indiscriminately bombing civilians, which is Israel's kind of MO at this point, and the United States is quickly becoming part of that as well. Trump even tried to, well, the Trump administration and supporters tried to say that those Tomahawk missiles, Iran bombed itself at first, and then somebody else did it, which is the stupidest thing ever said, except everything else Trump says. So yeah, they've tried to make excuses and stuff, and we are the only one in the area at the time using Tomahawk missiles, and none of the other like 3 places that have them are involved in this.
It's the US, the UK, and the Netherlands. I do not think the Dutch are bombing schools.
Both of those countries have stated clearly they want nothing to do with this. Yeah, so they're not involved. So it was a stupid thing to say just on the face of it. But then also, like, the United States was in the middle of launching Tomahawk missiles, and Tomahawk missiles hit civilians. So to say it was someone else is just showing how dishonest they are willing to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they're. I mean, it's one thing is you can look back over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, however long this has been going on, and it's been excuse after excuse after excuse. No, like, it was first because they had nuclear weapons, then it was regime change, and then it was, they were going to attack. Like, holy shit! Like, at the bare minimum, this is how incompetent this fucking regime is. Is that they cannot get, like, they just cannot, they can't get their ducks in a row at least at the same point of at least having the same fucking talking point. You have different members of the administration conflicting with the president. You have the fucking vice president saying, oh, I wasn't necessarily in favor of this. Like, what the fuck? Like, at least get on the same page. If you want to at least try to appear like you have a legitimate reason, have one reason, stick to it. But they can't even do that. They're fucking incompetent as hell. And they have no business being in power right now. None.
There we go. Yeah, sorry. I was changing the thing so you can read the comments when I put them up. They don't show up over top of our names with the clear background. But yeah, no, you're right. So I'm trying to think where to place this. So after the October 7th thing in Israel, you can have a conversation about was Israel justified to do X, right? And I have no problem whatsoever with taking out terrorist organizations, especially religious-based ones. The issue is, though, is that Israel showed that it was willing to bomb the shit out of millions of civilians to kill one terrorist and call it collateral damage.
It wasn't that they were willing to, it's that they wanted to.
Oh, definitely for
It
sure.
wasn't like, okay, well, this is just collateral damage. No, they've been wanting to do this for ages, and it gave them an excuse. It
Yeah,
gave them an excuse to do what they're doing.
collateral
That's what they were
damage
looking for.
was the narrative that they spun, not that it actually is collateral damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they they have wanted to wipe out the Palestinian people for as long as they have existed in
Mm-hmm.
Palestine. So
Yeah.
in Gaza,
There is there's a map a while back that I saw that shows from like 1945 all the way to present day, but that shows uh primarily Jewish held lands versus Palestinian lands, or primarily Israeli lands and Palestinian lands.
yeah,
And you can see where the Palestinian lands just get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
yeah.
And it's just like what the hell, guys?
Well, I think that it's very telling that so the UN declared that
Mm-hmm.
Israel was an apartheid state um,
Mm-hmm.
some time ago, and Israel has constantly applied this pressure to the Palestinian people by having
Yeah.
armed troops present in their city, and
Yeah.
they
They yeah,
occupied Gaza. You know,
yeah. And basically they are like they have not given them like the electricity and the power that they needed. They don't give them the water that they needed. Um they've kept them on the edge of economic collapse for decades. Like I remember several years ago, like well over 10 years ago, people were sitting there talking about how Gaza and the West Bank is basically an open air prison at this point. And that was 10 years ago. And now it's even worse. And the thing is I heard a comparison that said that the difference between Israel bombing Gaza like they are, and even whether you agree with it or not, which I don't, but like the U.S. Bombing Mosul, Iraq, when we were there because there was ISIS there,
yeah,
was the people in Mosul had a chance to get out and get to safety. They could actually go somewhere. The people in Gaza could not. They could not cross the border. They
yeah,
were stuck there. They
yeah.
couldn't leave. So,
And not to mention that Israel has also blocked aid
mm-hmm.
from the UN in the
Yes,
form like they are starving people to death, literally.
yes, they are.
Um, they have bombed refugee encampments, and
Mm-hmm.
they have shot and killed people who are trying to retrieve food supplies that do make it into the area. So it's not just
Mm-hmm.
these indiscriminate attacks. It's very clear that it is a purposeful genocide, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it is that thing, and uh, I don't really. I mean, I know that there are many that say otherwise and say that it's not a genocide and it's not against the Palestinian people. But in the same sentence, will conflate Hamas with Palestinians, which is the narrative that they've
Mm-hmm.
tried to pass off. 100%, they've tried to make it seem like that's the case. That they'll
Mm-hmm.
use Palestinians in place of terrorists or Hamas or whatever. And
Yeah.
the only people. So I've said this before. There's Everyone looks at these situations, especially um, the more religious people. They look at this as
Mm-hmm.
good guys and bad guys, and
Yeah.
sometimes there's no good guy. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, okay, so here's a misconception about this because people are like, "Oh, they voted Hamas in." That was 20 years ago. Like I think it was like at least 20 years ago that they voted some Hamas people in. And like if and it's been a while since I've seen the numbers, but it's something like maybe 2% of the population living in Palestine now voted for Hamas then. Maybe. Half of the population is under 18. And the one thing that tells you that the Christians here that are supporting Israel really don't give a crap is because they're sitting there trying to claim that that like there's like it's all Muslims in Palestine. There are a lot of Christians too.
Sure.
Like there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they're just bombing the hell out of everybody. They don't care.
Well,
If you're
let
Palestinian, they want you dead. That's all there is to it.
let me pose a bit of a thought experiment here as far as it applies to the Palestinian people. If you think for a minute, if you are a Palestinian who lives in Gaza and you're 30 years old, um,
Mm-hmm.
almost your whole life, Israel has not only occupied your city with armed troops, but have killed its people, have oppressed its people, have enslaved its
Mm-hmm.
people, and have committed these awful, awful war crimes and crimes against humanity in general against your people.
Yeah.
Now, a group like Hamas, although many Palestinians do not support some of the extreme beliefs and things that Hamas holds, um, they aren't fighting against them all. They are fighting against them sometimes though, but
Mm-hmm.
like they're not constantly fighting against them because they are the only protection the Palestinian people have had from
Mm-hmm.
Israel indiscriminately murdering their children. Like the you know they don't you don't have to support the ideology in this
Mm-hmm.
situation to
Yeah.
want someone to protect you. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean
I
that you
mean,
agree with them.
yeah. And I mean, like, I'm outright against terrorists, period, because
Sure.
terrorism is fucking awful. But it's also one of those things that there have been multiple reports and all that about how Netanyahu himself was funneling money to them to help them do this. And it was essentially that it's been exposed that it was basically this huge thing to get Hamas to do something so it would give Netanyahu and his government an excuse.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did.
So,
So.
Ryan, I love this quote or this statistic here, and I assume this is probably Pew or something.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you give us good stuff, and I don't think you would say 61% if you were guessing.
Yeah.
61% of the male students polled in a small college survey in Israel did not equate forced sex with an acquaintance as rape. So if you know the person and you do it, it's not rape. That is a crazy statistic to where'd you find that at?
It
Just
does not
curious.
surprise
I'm
me.
not. It's not a citation, please thing. It's. I'm just interested where that's from.
It's from
Uh,
Israel's
Haaretz is
newspaper.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. I can't make a sound, so you have to read it as it
Uh,
is there. Haaretz. I can't do it.
no, we can't see it. You're not a mod. Only mods can post links.
Okay. Uh,
Send it to me in Discord and I'll post it.
but yeah, and maybe I'll add Ryan as a mod too for future things. That she does that in some other places
Mm-hmm.
too. If you want, Ryan, that is. I need to get you on here. I've been trying to get you to do a show with me for a long, long time. I know you're busy, but you can't post leaks unless you're moderated.
Ryan's
This YouTube
awesome.
rule applies to all channels. Yeah, yeah. So the so Palestinians are not Hamas,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but Hamas has been the only thing that they've had as far as protection against Israel's military and the crimes that Israel has been committing against the Palestinian
I
people.
mean, that's even that's even a bit questionable because of exactly what Israel's doing right now. I mean,
Yeah,
they just kind of steamrolled them. Um, it's one of those things that if Israel actually wanted to go after Hamas it would have taken 2 weeks, a few special forces teams, and that's it.
Yeah,
with
they act
very,
like,
very few collateral casualties.
yes, they act like, oh, they're hiding among the people and they're putting rocket launchers in hospitals and all this stuff. And in some cases, they did do those things, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not the case that the only option that they want you to believe, their only option is to then just indiscriminately bomb hospitals
Mm-hmm.
and civilians. It's just not the case. They had the intelligence that those things are there, and they have the capability to send in forces to do
Yeah.
surgical attacks, not
And
just indiscriminately bomb,
yeah.
which is illegal also, by the way.
And by the way, Israeli special forces are widely regarded as some of the best in the world. They train with American special forces too.
Sure.
So they're widely regarded as among the top special forces in the world. And so
Oh, I
there's
think,
no reason that they couldn't have done this just with special forces teams going, get the leaders, and get out
yeah.
without bombing freaking schools and hospitals and refugee camps. I mean, what they're doing is they're basically sending people to the north of Gaza, bombing the crap out of the south, sending them south, and bombing the middle of Gaza while everybody's trying to run south. There's I can't remember the name of the town, but I saw there's a picture of it that it's a town that's been there for like 3,000 years and it is completely flattened. You can see the horizon. There are no buildings left because they just bombed the hell out of it. Yeah, it's madness.
Yeah. So another statistic here from the same source: 56% of Jewish Israelis support expulsion of Israeli citizens who are ethnically Arab, indigenous natives from Israel. You'll have to excuse the Kentucky language here. It's not about Hamas. Yeah, no, I agree with you
No,
completely.
yeah. They're using Hamas as an excuse. Like I said, they're saying like especially a lot of American Zionists are like, oh, Hamas was in power. No, they weren't. They were 20 freaking years ago. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, Palestine voted Hamas into power. That was 20 years ago with maybe 2%, maybe 2% of the population that actually voted for him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, holy.
There's a lot of dirty stuff at play there.
Yeah.
The I was having some stream problems there. Sorry. Um, oops, I put it in our chat room. Well, now they know.
Oh, I got it.
Uh,
I got it right here.
the
It's kind of a long link, just FYI. Let me pop it over here and put it.
Yeah.
Did it go through? Or is it too long?
No, it posted it all.
Okay. Yeah, I think our chat on the streaming service is a little bit slow.
Well, it's meant to be delayed because the stream is actually delayed. So if you try to look at the YouTube streamer chat, you're going to be like 30 seconds behind.
Mm-hmm.
But it all works out as long as you just use one or the other to go by. Like if we ask a question to chat, it's going to take them a minute to answer us because there's a delay. But for everything else, it works out as long as you use one. People all the time try to like come on here, like who haven't used streaming platforms. They'll come on and they'll try to like keep up with the YouTube side of it while talking in the chat or in this room in the studio, and it fucks everything up. Yeah, it's confusing.
I just know something new with YouTube. Theoretically, just posted Axis of Epstein in chat, and it held it for review. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen just Epstein pop up and it being held for review.
So, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did notice in EV today, you have an option to set your video for extra low latency, which wasn't there before. So that would actually fix some of that.
Yeah, they just proved it. You
Yeah.
say Epstein and it's out for review.
No shit.
That's new. That's like within the last like few days at most. Great, thanks, YouTube.
Yeah. Now, I do want everybody to keep something in mind because a lot of times, hello, Mr. Teal. Yeah. A lot of times people confuse like free speech and say that, oh, YouTube is against free speech and stuff. YouTube is a private company. Google is a private company. Well, it's a publicly traded company, but they can do what they want. They don't have to abide by those rules. And
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're holding that says a little bit about where they're at, though, which is kind of bad. So many of us walked away from Twitter.
That works.
Yeah. So many in our community have walked away from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Would those same people be willing to do the same thing with YouTube? I don't think they would.
Yeah, I mean,
I walked away from
it's
Twitter. I'm not shutting down my YouTube channel though. You know, um,
yeah.
not unless they get a lot worse, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, and this is something that I've said on a couple different platforms is like because of the way that like these mega corporations run a whole bunch of stuff, you have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to use and what you're not. Because like there's some companies that have supported Trump that I will not use at all, and there's one specifically that I kind of have to. I don't really have it. It's especially where I live. Like so, for instance, where I live, if I can't get it at Walmart or Lowe's, I have to drive at least 30 minutes one way or 90 minutes one way to get it. And it's just like, in that case, it's just easier to get from Amazon. Like, I
Oh,
get
sure.
it and I hate it, but it's like, if I'm going to have to give my money to someone, I rather give it to one person as opposed to everything else
Well,
and just not worry about it.
I will say this much. Even though I had a monetized account over on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
that I
Yeah.
shut down, in the middle of it. But even it's a different beast, kind of, because
Yeah.
YouTube, until Google or YouTube is doing something that outweighs the ability for me to reach people with the messages that I'm trying to reach people with, um, it's kind of different. This
Mm-hmm.
is, I feel like even if YouTube is doing some things I disagree with, that it's still enabling me to reach other people to point out those things. So every person has to weigh that out themselves, though, right? Like you have to make a decision about what you're willing to be okay
Mm-hmm.
with. And as you mentioned earlier in chat, like I draw the line at making threats and
Yeah.
transphobia and those kind of things. Like I'm in the same spot. That's how Lil and I uh, met and initially
Yeah.
started talking, was because we're in agreement on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's crazy that they're blocking that though. Uh, uh,
I'm not surprised. I'm kind of surprised it took this long, to be honest.
yeah, yeah.
So
My sheet is trying to blow away, and you may hear the fan in the background. Sorry, guys, it's hot in here today. Uh,
yeah,
uh, but
it's pretty warm in here too. So it's
yeah.
77. So
Usually I turn the fan off while I'm streaming, but today it was necessary. No one wants to see a 300-pound man sweat for 2 hours. Um, I promise. So Amazon, yeah, that's different. That's a different conversation altogether.
like
uh,
I hate, I absolutely hate the fact that I have to use it, but
yeah,
like I can't afford to go 90 miles one way to pick up two items. Like I
you,
just can't do that. It just, the entire situation that everybody is in, it sucks because so many of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's like we have no choice but to deal with these big awful companies. Because I mean, how else are we going to do it? I would love
well,
to support small businesses, but there's not a lot here, and so what am I
you
supposed to do?
as awful as some of these places are, and
Mm-hmm.
we can have a whole conversation about um, capitalism, and I've seen somebody mention the petrodollar earlier. Like, we can have a whole conversation about that, but also, like, you have to weigh out, like, what
Mm-hmm.
is functional though, right?
Yeah.
Like, what allows you to still functionally do what you need to do. And sometimes, um you have to buy from the evil Amazon. The it's just something that becomes necessary in order
Mm-hmm.
to function, because but that is a consequence of our capitalistic society. Like, it's just, I don't know if capitalistic is a word, but I used it, uh, so now it is. Good. I'm now making a shirt that says capitalistic. Um,
It's a word.
Politicality, capitalistic, two non-words.
Politicality is a word too.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, son of a bitch, it doesn't recognize it. Uh, the
It does for me.
Yeah, it autocorrect tries to fix it every time I use it, and if I still leave it marks it up as not a word. But
Works on mine.
but that's I'm not, whether spell check and things do that has nothing to do with whether it's actually a word, though. I should probably point that out. Like,
Yeah.
it's it marks those things according to what it thinks you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not a common word.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought politicality wasn't a word. That's why I used it for the title. um,
It is. It's just not used very. It's not used very often.
I mean,
So.
I can see how it would. I would think the word is politically, uh, but I can see where you could. The idea with politicality was to, like, use it like fatality from Mortal Kombat, and I was gonna have the intro
Mm-hmm.
start and say all the things, and then the Mortal Kombat voice come in and say politicality. Uh, that was kind of the thought at first. Anyway, those things change.
Yeah. Secular Talk is another really good independent media. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Let me say this about independent media, and even mass media. This applies to. Do not think that you can go to any one source and you're just going to take everything that source says as fact and go on. Like, um, I will say that Kyle over on Secular Talk uh, does a very good show and covers a lot of things people
Mm-hmm.
aren't covering. And I love his passion about those things. Um, but even on things that, like, are reasonable or legitimate, or whatever title you want to put there, be careful to not just slurp up anything that person says because they say some trusted things. This is actually what we ran into with our own community, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
people who were trusted sources started saying bullshit, and
Yeah.
people believed it just based on that, and it ended up causing a whole bunch of problems. Like, the
Yeah.
to it's some part of it has to be your
Yeah.
responsibility also. Like, understand
There
that.
was.
Like,
Yeah. There was. Just for example, there was one guy that he covered, which he thankfully disavowed. Um, that finally I was like, this guy's kind of problematic, dude. And he's like, oh shit, yeah. So it's like, yes, Kyle can make mistakes. He admits when he does it.
yeah, yeah, of course.
And
He's a little
also,
conspiratorial sometimes. Yeah,
yeah, just for anybody who doesn't know, I've worked for him for 14
yeah,
years. So, like, when I see like the conspiracy theory stuff pop up, I was in a message being like, are you sure about this?
How many times have you told me, like, hey, if you're looking at Kyle's video, maybe be careful about this part of it, or what? And it's not that he's irresponsible or anything
No,
like
he's
that.
not. No.
He's following the stuff where it takes him. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
And the thing is also, like, he does make it very clear what's fact, what he's actually
sure.
reporting on, and then he's very clear about what's his opinion. It's sometimes our opinions diverge a little bit.
Yeah, I think that Kyle broadcasts responsibly. I
Hmm.
don't think that he's.
Yeah, he
Um,
does.
and should we tell Dade here, like, we haven't pinned down a date or anything, but like we do at least have a initial acceptance for Kyle to come on the show with us and
Hmm.
do a piece with us here. So eventually you will see that. It'll probably be a recorded conversation, but
Hmm.
there will be a thing eventually, or at least that's in the plans.
That's the
Lil is
plans.
working on it for me,
Hmm.
for us, not for me. The Lil has that connection and is doing it. I brought Aaron Raw. She'll bring Aaron Raw. She'll bring Kyle. So the of course Aaron would have came for you too. You just got to email him. But uh, I had not even reached out to Kyle because that's in your neighborhood, so I wasn't going to step on any toes there. Um, but yeah, I look forward to getting to talk to him, and we'll talk about some of that stuff, right? Like,
Hmm.
um, I have questions about how do you make sure that you're reporting responsibly, and
Hmm.
like, how do you handle when you find out that something, even a little thing that you said, may have been incorrect or even based in some kind of harmful ideology or whatever. Like, it happens,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
part of the title of this was talking about the Christianity approves. Like, a lot of things that come out of some of these, especially fundamentalist Christian groups,
Hmm.
is muddied up. It's kind of hard to get to the truth of it sometimes. It's just part of it. And
Hmm.
I've been wrong about stuff before, and
Yeah,
everybody
we all
is.
have. I mean, we're
It comes with the
human. We make
territory.
mistakes. Like, we're
Hmm.
human. We make mistakes. So.
Being accountable for your mistakes and doing your best to make some sort of amends for them is I
Hmm.
think what's more important. But back to the Christianity approves part of it. So a
Hmm.
lot of Christian fundamentalists and Christians in general, for that matter, um, approve of this whole war in Iran for various reasons. But one of those reasons that's been coming out is the whole we're going to bring Jesus back. And
Hmm.
I will say this is one of those things where there's been some misinformation about it. Like um, the leaders in the military going and telling the troops that this is a religious
Hmm.
war and that Trump's going to bring back Jesus and all that shit. Um, there's reason to believe that those things were, number one, they weren't as widespread as originally thought, and although
I
somebody probably did say something of the sort, the person who reported it is at best not a trusted source. So,
I would say even then, though, we know things like that have happened. It happened with Iraq. There's no reason to believe that it's not happening now with this.
mm,
And the fact that
careful.
the
That's a fallacy. Sorry.
and also that the Secretary of Defense is a Christian nationalist who
Hmm.
has also espoused these views. Like, there's no reason to think that it hasn't been said.
Okay.
So,
So I agree with you. I
yeah.
do. That
I
is
mean, I'm not saying
consistent.
that
It's
I'm not saying that that report is like accurate, but I'm saying
right.
like it has been said at some point to
if the
someone. with
if the
this.
shoe fits, right? Like
Yeah.
it's consistent with other things they've said and done.
Mm-hmm.
There's so there's no reason to think they didn't say it though. Uh, is is not evidence that they did. And that's this responsibility
Mm-hmm.
thing that I'm talking about. You are right. You are exactly right. The thing to be careful about there is just because something is, well, I can believe they did that. I can believe they said that. No one's shown me that it's not true. We have to be careful
Mm-hmm.
not to say that that's
Yeah.
evidence that it is true. That's the
Oh,
only point I'm making.
I'm not saying that it is true.
I,
I'm just saying that there's no reason to think that it hasn't been said.
I know, and I'm saying this for the audience's sake. I'm not correcting you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to
Sure.
the audience. If I was talking to you, it would have been horny teenagers, this or that. The I'm joking. the I love giving you guys a hard time. It's so much fun. Hegseth has the tattoos to prove it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hegseth is a racist and a xenophobe and a bad
Christian
person,
nationalist. Yeah.
Christian nationalist and misogynist. He is all those things. Um, I think that my personal opinion, and I say this almost every show, take my personal opinion with a grain of salt. I'm nobody.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. But you come here to listen to us speak, so I'm going to share it. My personal opinion is that those things probably were said, and they were probably said a number of times
Mm-hmm.
unofficially, right?
Yeah.
And then that was taken, and what happened after that, I don't know. But like you said, it's very consistent with other things that they've said
Yeah.
and their behavior. So, um, yeah, I would be more with you on okay, show
Mm-hmm.
me this is false. Like if you're gonna say it's a lie, show me it's a lie. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I didn't. I agree with the point that Hemet made about it, but I really think some of the reasoning that he used to get there was kind of bad. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
again, not everybody's going to be uh, uh, right about everything all the time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my opinion
I
about
mean,
what him has said about a thing
I
shouldn't
mean,
affect your
yeah.
opinion. And
Yeah, and I
yeah,
mean one of the reasons why I'm thinking that it's more likely that was said, even if it was like unofficially, is you see a lot of the Christian nationalist pastors who are advocating for this and saying that yes, this is to bring in the end times and blah blah blah. And there's a lot of the military guys that are Christian nationalists that Hicks has put into place. Like, I mean, if you remember right at the beginning of the administration, he got rid of like pretty much all the women who were like high level and like advisory roles and stuff because he didn't want women there.
so our government um, has a lot of people working for it, and always has, at least going back, I know, into the 50s. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that their purpose is to go out and spread misinformation. Like it's their job. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the Even if we said this is completely false, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not saying that. Uh, but even if we did, we should look at what the consequences and effect that has on the Christian population, because that's the
Yeah.
shit that a lot of them want to hear, and it's Trump's base, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
those are the Christian extremists and the fundamentalists and the cults and the militias and all those fucking horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that they're out there cheerleading for. And so even if
Yeah.
this is completely false, letting it leak out and be reported sends a message to those people and they start repeating those things. Would you agree that that's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lindsey Grahams, yeah. So sometimes, even if it's a lie that is damaging to them on the surface, still serves a purpose to motivate a certain group of people. And they have shown that they don't care to engage in that behavior either. And while, again, I'm not saying that this is a lie, I'm just pointing out that even if it was, there's still a reason to spread such a thing. And it kind of has that feel to it. Like with the famously in the United States, with people who reported seeing UFOs and things, um, there were people who worked for the CIA going around and purposely spreading some of the craziest lies about UFO sightings and stuff in order
Mm-hmm.
to discredit those people. Uh, so they would say a thing that made it look like the government was lying, but the purpose of them saying that had a beneficial effect on them anyway in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And so they play a lot of psychology games like that. Our government's completely capable of that. And I know that this gets deep into conspiracy theory stuff. I'm not saying to ever just look at something on the surface and assume that's what it is,
Yeah.
but just to keep in mind the context, right? That these
Mm-hmm.
things do happen. To
Yeah.
be critical of all claims, to be a skeptic when it comes to claims
Yeah.
that you disagree with or that are beneficial or anything in between, like
Yeah.
there's, practicing skepticism is a very good utility
Yeah.
in a lot of different settings, not just when it
Yeah.
comes to religion or crazy Republicans or whatever,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
horny
Exactly.
teenagers. Let me take a minute to light a cigarette there in between. Just let that set in for a second. Uh,
I'm gonna get you back one of these days.
oh, I'm sure, and that's fine. I'm all for it. What happened? Where did everything go? Okay. The blooped out there for a second. Uh, if it's about the CIA, Pentagon, it's likely true. That's what they want you to think, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, keep in mind with the Pentagon, they basically said you can only report stuff that we officially give you. No, like undisclosed, like no anonymous sources, no like classified materials that's handed to you. You can't report on any of that if you want to have an office in the Pentagon. The vast majority of them walked out, including Fox News.
yeah,
They walked out of the Pentagon and said, "Fun, we'll cover you from outside the Pentagon," and basically gave all their desks to people like Laura Loomer.
yeah.
So,
So how about this thing where they're like banning media people because they took pictures of Pete Hegseth
yeah,
that
yeah, they're
he's
banning
not a pretty boy
photojournalists.
in? Yeah,
Yeah, because there's a couple pictures that came out that were fairly unflattering, and they're just like, "Yep, we're not putting those out."
yeah.
So, yeah, I
Whenever
mean,
you, if you have to have the government entity that you're covering approve anything that you put in the media, that doesn't sound like freedom of the press to me. That doesn't sound like
no,
free speech. Um,
no, it's not.
that sounds like censored speech. And you should never, Pete Hegseth could just as easily be a decent person and ask the media not to publish certain photos, right? Like
Yeah,
he could have a working relationship with even the opposing media and not be censoring them. And if they do those things, not give them
mm-hmm.
access to like exclusive interviews or whatever. Like there's a way to play this to where you're not violating the Constitution. Uh, the but that kind of seems to be the thing. Like um, Have any of you guys watched? And I'm talking to you, Chad. Also, have you guys watched the any of the cold opens for Saturday Night Live recently? Where
Not recently, no.
uh, oh
I
man, they're
don't
doing
watch
some funny
TV.
stuff. Every week it's Trump and Pete Hegseth.
Oh
Just
God.
saying, yeah, they're hilarious. I don't care much for Saturday Night Live these days, but the
Hmm.
openings, there you can find it on YouTube, and it's just a video of just the opening. They're funny as
Hmm.
shit though. Go watch them. They're really good. You'll like it. I know you'll like it because of the things we talk about here, but they're quite funny. But who is it? Co- uh, Colin Yost, is that his name, or Jost, or he? Anyway, he plays the Hegseth character and does it well. It's quite funny. Jost, I think, is the last name. Um, but anyway, why do you think? Okay, well, let's talk a bit about the narrative of why the Christian nationalist movement supports war with Iran. At least the controversial reason that they support it, right?
Hmm.
Biblical crap.
Yeah. Yeah, because they think that that's what's going to end up bringing back Jesus,
Jesus,
who has been dead for 2,000 years if he ever existed in the first place.
Jesus. Uh, I thought we were going to do a tag team preaching thing there. I didn't know. The
I don't preach.
uh, well, yeah. See, you didn't have to. The way it works in churches here is that one person says, the religious thing, and the other person just talks, and then you take their words and you twist it into making it your thing. Anyway, yeah. So there's this idea that has been spread that they're bringing back Jesus. Um,
Hmm.
that wasn't a very good one. My voice cracked like a adolescent. Um, the This is a really dangerous ideology. In this, it's always
Hmm.
dangerous, but in this particular situation, because Iran is a theocracy, like the making this a holy war of any type from either side uh, has consequences that affect a lot of secular folks, a lot of people
Hmm.
of opposing beliefs. In fact, we will see as this moves on, there are Christians in Iran. Uh, we will see lots of violence against those other groups in the near future. That
Hmm.
already occurs in Iran, but you will see that escalate even more because of people running around trying to label this as a religious war. Um, Trump may even jump on board with that at some point because he's got dementia and he's crazy. But the Trump bombed Iran simply because Netanyahu told him to, and he was stupid
Hmm.
enough to fall for it. He was stupid enough to believe that he was going to benefit from it because he doesn't give a shit about Iran developing a nuclear weapon. Trump does not care about that. Um, this is back to people who tell you that they have a moral uh, obligation to some position when it doesn't actually match the values that they really hold. And
Hmm.
for Trump, the values that he holds are dollar bill, yo, and
Yeah.
me.
That, yeah. Money and his ego. That's it.
Yes. And so even if Trump says those things, like, be aware that those are not his actual motivations.
Hmm.
Netanyahu could tell Trump to do this all day long, but the rest of the world has learned, and there may be a blackmail thing going on here. We've talked a bit about that, right? Like
Hmm.
Netanyahu may have the Epstein goods, Now, don't top Epstein in chat, guys, but uh, we'll say it here on stage. They're going to demonetize this anyway. They always do. Um, the Speaking of which, send a super chat. The
Super chats.
Yeah. The But there has been this, and I'm going to say conspiracy theory, but there's a lot of things to suggest that this is not a theory and may
Mm-hmm.
actually be the case. And so we know that Jeffrey Epstein had some extreme religious beliefs, specifically when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to referring to non-Jewish people as the Moya, and
Yeah.
uh, you know, this, because if you thought that Muslims are the only one that thought anyone that disagrees with us should die, you would be wrong. There is a extremist movement of Jewish people that think that about Judaism as well, um,
Yeah.
because religion is so great. And so if that's the case, also, but is there any way to look at this and it's not actually, like, take the United States out of it for a minute, even though we're the biggest aggressor right now?
Mm-hmm.
This is a thing. This is Netanyahu's movement, though, right? Like, this is his war. This is his wishes, no matter whether it's blackmail or anything else.
Yeah.
Is this not a religious war? Like,
Um. Yeah. I mean, I would argue that at the bare minimum, there's definitely some massive religious undertones to it.
there may be
But
other
I
motivations
mean,
too, but
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I think religion is absolutely one of them at the bare minimum.
yeah. So, what about
Because
this idea? Go ahead.
I mean, oil is definitely involved, and like I do think religion is part of it. I don't think it's the main part of it. Um, but yeah, I do think it is part of it.
So, I think the oil part is what we just mentioned about Trump, the money thing.
Yeah.
I think that's Trump's motivation. I don't think it's Netanyahu's motivation.
Mm, yeah. I
Um,
mean, the I mean when I yeah, like Netanyahu is psychotic. Like he's the outright psychopath. Period.
have Have you seen the piece that Jon Stewart over at the Daily Show did, where he's like, "Oh, Netanyahu said that Iran is going to have a nuclear weapon in a matter of a couple months,"
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh, that was 2012," and then he's like, "Oh, wait, they said this," and he's like, "Oh, wait, that was 2015."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they've been saying this since like 92. Just
yeah.
constantly. Iran's going to get a nuclear weapon. Iran's got a nuclear weapon. They'll have a nuclear weapon in 2 weeks. And it's just
Hmm.
like, no. And like, it's insanity. And like, I know that they have not come out officially and said it, but it's an open secret that Israel absolutely has nukes. It's an open secret they do. They have never officially commented on it, but that's their official policy is they basically officially leave it up in the air on whether they do or not. But everybody who knows anything about it knows that yeah, they've got nukes.
Do you think they
But
have both tactical nukes and ballistic nukes, or just
probably,
tactical? You think
most
both?
likely, yeah.
Fair enough.
And and here's the thing that makes me say that the religion part of it is a lesser part of it. If that's the case, I mean, you've got Muslim countries all the way around. Why not go for any one of those? I
Right.
mean, Saudi Arabia is also a huge sponsor of terrorism. I
Yeah.
mean, they showed Al Qaeda for years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so it's one of those things that, yeah, I think it's mostly for oil, and or at least for Trump, for the oil, the prestige, and all that. He doesn't give a shit about the religious thing, but the Christian nationalists in his administration do.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So
Fair enough. I think that there's, and I think that there's a conversation to be had there, and I'm not stating it as a fact that I know somebody's thoughts on those things, but um, I do think that, first of all, as for the terrorist organizations and Iran backing terrorist organizations and all that stuff, that very much is a religious thing.
hmm
The reasoning for the October 7th attacks is purely religious, because they hate Israel because it's a Christian nation in the Middle East. They fought over
a,
that land for. Go ahead.
a Christian nation.
Christian isn't the correct word.
I
A
was
different
about to say,
Abrahamic belief. So Judaism,
yeah,
because it's a Jewish nation, and they have fought over the same landmarks and area for quite some time. So
hmm
and while I think Israel had every right to defend itself and to do a certain number of things. I obviously think that genocide was not one of those, and that
yeah.
what they did is should be condemned in every aspect.
Yeah, like I said, if that was, if taking care of Hamas was their actual goal, which it wasn't, it should have taken 2 weeks, a handful of special forces teams, and be done.
Yeah, 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 definitely. And they act like that was their only choice. I said this earlier, but they act like their only choice was to indiscriminately bomb civilian areas, and
Yeah.
it is it's an absurd lie that if you don't know what they're capable of, you may think it's true on the surface, which I think they rely on the ignorance
hmm
of the average person to
Yeah.
make people buy that. But we know that they could go in and take out these people. They've had people undercover in Hamas for decades.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
you
not
know
like they didn't know that this
yeah,
was coming.
the pager thing, for example,
Yeah.
a dangerous thing and probably a little irresponsible in the way it was handled. But um, they have the capability to target certain individuals and not just indiscriminately bomb people in direct opposition to what the law is, what international law states about that. Um, Indiscriminate bombing is a war crime.
Yeah.
You have to. That's I don't have to
Yeah.
explain that. You know why? Uh,
If you
but
have
yeah,
to explain it, then
yeah,
like something's wrong with that person.
yeah. But so who did I invite to come on next Thursday?
I have no idea. You didn't tell me.
It was during the show. Somebody said they wanted to come talk, and I said you can come on next Thursday. Um,
Was
I
it
don't remember.
deviant?
It might have been.
Mm.
I don't remember exactly. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Lil. Take care of things for a second.
Okay. So yeah, like yeah, it was deviant. Okay, I thought it was. It. God, Thursday seems like it was so long ago now. Holy crap. Yeah, and yes, we would absolutely love to have you on. Like that would be amazing. But yeah, like the crap Israel's doing, there's no excuse for it. The crap we're doing over in Iran, there's no excuse for it. Period. There's just not. So yeah, I agree. Deviant is always a good choice. Always. She's awesome. So um and yeah, I think also with Trump, part of his motivation is to try and get the Epstein files out of the newspapers, which it has managed to knock them down a little bit, but it's more like they're on the second page, not the front page now. So, yeah, theoretically says. Oh, hang on. I gotta get over to the right window. Bombing girls' schools, leaving a Navy team to die in the ocean, starving Cubans, all war crimes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things that I'm like, what the hell are we doing? And I mean, that's not to say that we've always been like, yeah, the U.S. has been messed up, but now we're just being more publicly messed up, right in the middle of it, and yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that even if we were to do this under any other president, we wouldn't be doing it with just us and in Israel, considering the fact that everybody else is like, nope, we're not joining in. Should have given at least the administration a clue that this is not going to be popular, and it is extremely unpopular. I've said before that pretty much the only people still supporting this are Christian nationalists and people who have some other agenda for following this, so, or for wanting this. So,
Sorry.
you're good.
The family came through. They're departing. So
Yeah.
only temporarily, not forever.
I would hope so.
Good to know, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah, I agree, Dade. He said that the world will be fundamentally be forever changed after this, and yeah, I agree. I mean,
certainly.
like, whether you liked it or not, like, America was kind of like, we were the big superpower, and we are no, we're like, we've lost our status, any status we had. You could see with the first Trump administration and then the Biden administration after that, a lot of our allies were like, okay, like, you guys kind of went crazy for 4 years, put this guy in office. Hopefully everything will be okay, but we're going to have some backup measures just in case. And then we go and do it again, and they're like, yeah, fuck you guys, we're done. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, theoretically it says as of now the UN is incapacitated by veto powers. Yeah, that needs to be redone completely.
I think the UN's kind of a joke as far as that goes.
Yeah.
They do a lot of good things in other areas, but the fact that it functions that way just means that of the people who have the ability to make one veto to stop anything, that they actually control the UN, not, the UN has no power itself.
Yeah. And it's a huge problem when one of the major issues that's going on, one of the countries involved in it is sitting on the Security Council with the veto power.
Yeah. So I have a legitimate question for you, Lil, that when we talk about fundamentally changing the world, the United States, the Trump administration has stated that it wants to control the Western Hemisphere and these smaller countries through this peace by force idea, right? To make these other countries do our bidding keeps us safe. It was then used as the excuse to take over Greenland and a lot of other things, right? That we somehow should control all of the Western Hemisphere. The Donald Trump and other members of the Trump administration have recently said that taking out Iran is going to be short-term pain for long-term gain, and
Bullshit.
right, and that by doing this, it makes the Western Hemisphere a safer place for our country. Is this not the same as just saying I should be able to take over the world? Like, because this isn't even about the Western Hemisphere anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you're now saying that you should be able to bomb somewhere anywhere in the world because Western Hemisphere. Like, is this not saying that the rest of the world needs to bow down to anything that I say could negatively affect the Western Hemisphere or the United States?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, Trump's got this fucking idea in his head that he should rule the entire Western Hemisphere, and that anything that negatively affects it, that he should be able to have the power to go and quote unquote take care of it however he sees fit, and that's just not. I mean,
Right.
I've been screaming this for 10 freaking years that the dude is a tyrant and he's a dictator, and so many people were like, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad," and I'm like, just wait, like all the warning signs are there, and
Mm.
here we are.
Dude, there's it probably doesn't exist anymore because the channel that it was on changed names a couple times since then. But there's this video of myself and Maya Atkinson and J.L. Warren and oh, who was the other person? It's from another rather large channel, and oh, it was um, the guy from In Time. What's his name? I've had
Justin?
him on the show. It was on Justin's channel, but the
Mm.
um,
Oh, you're talking about.
yeah. Anyway, this was before Trump was elected. This time, and it was early in the campaigning and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
so there's this where we're talking about Project 2025. Nick, yeah, there's Maya. Maya's here,
Yeah.
and
Hi, Maya.
Maya and I were talking to these two, and we were talking about some of the things in Project 2025 and how they were going to fire
Mm-hmm.
all these government workers and replace them with loyalists, and they were going to do all this Project 2025 stuff, and the response from both of these guys was, well, I don't think they're going to do that because that's going to be extremely
Yeah.
unpopular, and me and Maya both were like, what? Why are you not listening to what they're telling you they're going to
Mm-hmm.
do? Like, what? Why are you not listening to the words that they're saying?
Yeah.
Whenever we know that when it comes to doing these awful oppressive things like this,
Yeah.
they do it. And here we sit on the other side of Project 2025 now, which the day Trump was elected, everyone pretty much quit mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
But the they've now enacted those things and done the very things that we were talking about that day, uh, and continue to say that we're going to do whatever it takes to ensure Western um, uh, supremacy and things. And to be clear, guys, I'm not shitting on Nick or JL. This was a friendly conversation. We're not at odds as far as that goes. Anyway, it was just this is what we were talking about. And Maya and I both were just
Mm-hmm.
like, why are you not listening? And so
Yeah.
whenever they start talking about they're doing these things to because they think it's bringing back Jesus or for
Yeah.
uh, Western supremacy, which sounds a lot like white supremacy.
Yeah.
You know, why are we just like, oh, well, they're not going to go that far. They're not going to do
Yeah.
this thing. They're not going to do that. And they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is part of the reason, like, that, you know, originally that this show even became a thing that we were doing was to look at the things that they were promising they were going to do to us and
Mm-hmm.
and and warning others about it and
Yeah.
often I know with the atheist community, like, we're already in agreement with those things, and maybe the ideas are like you don't know about some particular piece of news or some particular threat
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like, so there's an information part of it, but like they do those things they claim they're going to do all the time. If it's a threat or an oppressive thing, or it's negative, or if it, especially if it's scapegoating some minority or marginalized people, they do it every time. They do those things. Now, if it's a promise to benefit Americans or benefit anybody other than, the billionaires or the Epstein class, then they don't do those things every time. I think it's pretty easy to decode as far as that goes. But ramen with Tabasco sauce, I do that.
I have
Dave.
fajitas waiting on me.
I have 2 of the biggest bottles of Tabasco sauce you can buy in my house at the same time because I use it on everything, just about. Tabasco and habanero sauce. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap this up so Dave can eat his ramen and Lil can eat her fajitas and send sweet nothings to Seth.
Oh, stop!
The
I can't. He's at work.
I'm just joking. I just like giving you guys a hard time.
Yeah, I know.
Our show with Seth last week was wonderful. If you guys sending sweet nothings to each other results in more shows like that, then please continue. In fact, we'll break out the Urban Dictionary and teach you guys some new words.
Oh God.
Do not look up Frosty Walrus, okay?
This is definitely going on a short.
Yeah. Do not look up Frosty Walrus or Superman. But yeah. So what did we? Oh, I didn't see that, Lil. Oh, you just sent it. I see. All right. Yeah. Doing it now. So, anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
Just Java and Jugs tomorrow. Ember's got an awesome week lined up. I don't know if me and Seth are doing Apostate Assembly on Friday, but we might be. So if we are and you are up at midnight Eastern time, check it out.
Right on. Yeah. Go check out Ember. Go buy a flag. Candle in the Chaos with Seth and Lil. Excellent show. Go watch Lil on Neil 604 Atheist last night. It was it was a good show. If you want to see more of me, come back here Thursday. We did the stream on Godless Grannies last night about Jenny Morgan and talking with her a little bit. You can go check that out. Although that's an emotional roller coaster of a video there. But yeah, that's all I got. Buy a membership; they're 99 cents.
Thank you, Kelly, for the 10 subs earlier.
Oh yeah. Kelly bought 10 memberships earlier. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so you did. Thank you, Kelly. We love you.
And the only other thing that I want to be sure to remind everything about is the